Hello everybody, I'm Riodroid, and today I'm back with the Countdown to Smash, and for this episode it's gonna be a mixture of a lot of things, but first off we have two battles, one against a level 9 Fox, and one against a level 9 Falco. After I defeated the level 9 Ganondorf, which according to the internet is the smartest CPU in Super Smash Bros. Melee, Tashmash and I were pretty sure that there would be a computer even smarter. I said Falco, he said Fox, and these are the battles to prove it. No, they're not. These battles aren't even similar. For both battles it's just a different stage and a different character. As well as for the Falco battle there were boxes dropping, while in this battle there is nothing, no items. And I would have gone with the same character and same stage, but I wanted to show some glitches. And here is one right now. When Jigglypuff sleeps on the Fountain of Dreams, his eyes are open in his reflection. And I found that pretty neat. At the ending of the last episode, I gave my opinion on the Nintendo Direct that dropped that Wednesday. And after rewatching the Nintendo Direct, I noticed something very exciting in the stage selection screen. Mushroom Kingdom 64. The one with the working warp pipes. So I'm pretty excited to play on that stage when Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is released. Anyway, we're almost done with this battle. One good hit, and Fox is off. So the next battle here is against a level 9 Falco on Final Destination. I'm playing as Mewtwo and there are boxes dropping everywhere. Some people might already know what's going to happen, and this is not really a glitch, because there is only one reason why you would play with boxes only. In the adventure mode, you fight a bunch of regular enemies that have a very small chance of appearing in versus matches. These enemies are Koopa Troopa, Koopa Paratroopa, and Goombas from the Mario series, Leglegs, Redeads, and Octoroks from the Zelda series, and finally, Topies and Polar Bears from the Ice Climber games. Don't think they really have a series. As far as I know, they are the rarest randomized event that can happen. Even rarer than Luigi getting a misfire or Peach pulling an item out of the ground. And I showed that Peach thing in Countdown to Smash 87 if you want to check that out. Anyway, here is the box that makes the dream come true. Topi! It's an enemy from the adventure mode, but it's not an adventure mode. Also, this is not a glitch. It's still something that I wanted to show off, but, well, it's not a glitch. At least he did a lot of damage to Falco, so that helped, I guess. I mean, I still have 2 lives, so that's great. Oh, never mind, I lost a life. That's okay, now it's time for Velcro to go. Bye-bye. This is more like a glitch. In one of the attempts of trying to get an adventure mode enemy to spawn, something very interesting happened to one of the barrels. For some reason it became a ghost barrel. Falco can just clip through the barrel like it's not even there, but attacks and other boxes do affect it. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. The next glitch right here is called the same color glitch, and it allows you to have the exact same colored character twice. In order to do this, start by having 2 players select the same character. Then have player 1 press X and player 2 press B at the exact same time. If you do it correctly, you end up with the same colors and player 2 can press A again. And now you will see that you are both the exact same character. And unlike Team Battle, you don't have a darker or lighter version. You are exactly the same.
Hey bro, you wanna kill Mario? Yeah, let's go.
The next glitch is pretty well known, and it can actually be useful in battle. It's the infinite super scope glitch, and in order to pull this off, you need to tap the A button 5 times so you shoot a total of 15 shots. After that, shoot 2 fully charged shots and get hit charging the 3rd one. If you've done it correctly, you'll now have an infinite super scope, which means you'll never run out of ammo, which is why this glitch is very useful if you can pull it off. This glitch is completely opposite from the last one, since it's not useful at all, but it's pretty funny. And it's a very specific glitch too. Choose Bowser and go under the bridge in the first stage of the adventure mode. When there, perform a ground pound and you will see that Bowser is just stuck. He's not going anywhere, and you might as well restart the round because you're stuck. A very small glitch can be seen whenever you start a round on Yoshi's Island. The 3 center blocks appear 2D until Go appears. Another cool glitch and one of the more known glitches in Melee is the name entry glitch. And to pull this off, you need to hold B and press A on the character's name selection, after which you need to press A again at the exact moment. If you do it too early, you end up in the name entry screen, and if you do it too late, you go to the first menu, but when you do it exactly right, you end up in a stage selection screen. If you slow the game down in an emulator, like I did, you want to hear the following sound, but press the button before you hear it. The name entry glitch can also be used to play a one-team game or play as Master Hand. Remember that one event when I played as Jigglypuff and defeated Captain Falcon within a second? Well, this game is even shorter. And that is because this is a stock battle, and since there are no opponents with rivaling stocks, I automatically immediately win.
Here we go. So divinely here, performing for you. If you know the words, you can join in too. Put your hands together if you want to clap as we take you through this monkey rap.
Also, I tried being Shadow Donkey Kong by being the last to select a character, but it seems like I really need to be player 4. In order to play as Master Hand, I need to execute the name entry glitch as player 3. And not only that, but I also cannot select the character. And here he is, the Master Hand. It is I, the Master Hand. So the controls for Master Hand are pretty interesting and a bit difficult to learn, so I had an image with the button combinations for the moves on my phone next to me at all times. And in case you don't know, the only way to play as Master Hand is to execute the name entry glitch with player 3. The name entry glitch also works in Special Melee, where you can choose Stamina mode, which is the only mode where you can defeat Master Hand. Otherwise, he is pretty much invincible. Master Hand is a pretty slow character, and it takes a while before you can execute the next move. Also, Master Hand's moves cannot be interrupted, so once you start a move, you gotta finish it before choosing something else. So whereas in any other mode than Stamina, he is invincible, in Stamina mode he is very easy to defeat. And I haven't mentioned it yet, but this is a computer level 9, and he simply doesn't know how to handle Master Hand. Anyways, that's gonna be it for the glitches. If you want to see more glitches for Super Smash Bros. Melee, I'd recommend you guys check out What a Glitch by Aurum. I'll leave a link to that video in the description. I'm not gonna recreate everything he did. I only showed the glitches that I knew of. But anyways, moving on. Hey! Look what I found. So we will start with the character cheats, and first off is Giga Bowser. And he plays pretty much like Bowser. I mean, what do you expect? He's Giga Bowser. One thing I did notice immediately though, was that as soon as I turned on the cheats, my character name messed up for some reason. The uppercase I in my name turned to a lowercase t for whatever the reason. And even after I turned off the cheats, it didn't return to normal. So that is why you also saw my name messed up earlier in the video. Those clips were recorded after the cheat tutorials. Giga Bowser is pretty big, but I'm confident we can make him even bigger. That's gonna be something. Bye-bye Mario. Also, the game crashes whenever you win with Giga Bowser. So we'll go to Giant Melee, turn the items very high to only Super Shrooms, and here we go. Now I just need to find the Super Shroom. Zelda's big as well, but I'm gonna get way bigger. That was not a Super Shroom, that exploded in my face. It's fine though, there's the Super Shroom. Here we go. Look at that! Pretty much the entire stage! Almost. We can go even bigger though. Back in regular Melee, this is a cheat that makes every character 5 times bigger than normal, but only for player 1. We can still go even bigger by adding Super Shrooms, and this, I think this is the maximum size I'm gonna get. He is huge! Godzilla over here. Going from extremely huge to extremely tiny, this cheat makes the character 1/10 of its original size. And with poison mushrooms as the only item, Pichu seems like a monster. This cheat lets me play as the sandbag, and I don't have any moves. I can't press B, can't press A, doesn't do anything. All I can do is move around, and I do have a double jump. But other than that, the sandbag is pretty useless as a character, until something weird happened. I think it is some sort of button combination, but suddenly the game froze. The music kept going though. The next cheat lets me play as the female wireframe. They are a bit taller than their counterpart, and they're also a bit floatier. They don't have B-button moves, that includes recoveries, and they also don't have any elemental attacks. Though it does look like female wireframe's downward throw after a grab is the only exception. They are very light characters and can be hit off quite easy. I did a similar round as male wireframe, who was based on Captain Falcon. It wasn't that interesting. The next cheat lets me play as Crazy Hand. Different from the Master Hand glitch, this cheat lets me keep the nameplate, though I can't use any of Crazy Hand's attacks. The combinations that work for Master Hand don't work for Crazy Hand, nor do any other combinations. I pretty much tried them all. The final character cheat lets me play as Dark Link, and as I said in the event match video, he plays pretty much like Link. There is nothing interesting about him. After you finish the round, he turns out to be Black Link, and that's all there is to it. And the final cheat that Dolphin has to offer is the unrestricted camera mode. And I did this for every single stage, but I'm only going to show some of the more interesting ones. And the first stage right here is Isaac Mountain. And as you can see, the background is nothing more than a couple of cloud layers and 2 giant rock objects. The level seems separated into 4 chunks of stage that switch out whenever a piece has been pushed out of the boundaries. It seems that only 2 out of the 4 stage pieces are loaded at the same time. Skipping Peach's castle, we go to our second traveling stage, Rainbow Ride. And unlike most objects that go out of frame, the ship does not seem to despawn to save space. Instead, it makes a full loop back to the starting position. Skipping Congo Jungle will go straight to Jungle Japes, and there are a few little details that are very interesting to look at. And we'll start with the Claptrap that jumps out of the water. As soon as he's done with his animation, he just stands idle on the other side. In the middle of the stage there is a wooden hut, and through the window you can see Cranky Kong, and from the other side you can see that he is missing some legs. The sun rays in Jungle Japes are barely visible, but when we turn the camera around, you can clearly see that it's a bended image. The Great Bay also has a few things worth looking at. When the turtle dives down, it despawns as soon as it hits the ocean floor, only to later reappear facing forward. The skybox for the Great Bay is pretty big, with weird corners around the water? I don't really get that, but okay. The entire spectacle of the 4 giants pushing the moon back into the sky is also very interesting to watch from behind. The next stage is a temple, but other than a quick look around the skybox, there is not a whole lot interesting about this stage. The next stage is Yoshi's story, and like the temple, beside a wide shot of the skybox, there is not a whole lot interesting about it. Yoshi's Island has only one interesting feature, and that is beside the 2D images that float around in the background, the mountains, or whatever they're supposed to be, are all 3D, which is something you can't immediately see when playing the game. A very interesting detail on the Fountain of Dreams are the stars in the background. These are pixels, and no matter how close you get, they stay the same size. Same goes for getting far away, resulting in a very interesting look for the stage. Skipping Green Greens, we're going straight to Carnaria, and similar to Icicle Mountain, it is very interesting how this stage progresses. There are 3 areas the Great Fox is flying over: sea, city, and plains. The only moment that all 3 of these areas are loaded is when the Great Fox is in the middle in one of these pieces. When playing on Venom, you might have noticed that the stage has a lot of lag compared to other stages, and that is because the entire stage is loaded. It's sort of an Earth concept kind of stage, where the entire stage is round and bended, rotating underneath the Great Fox, giving the illusion it's flying. While in reality, all the Great Fox is doing is bobbing and weaving through the obstacles. Unfortunately, I cannot zoom out and show the entire thing because of the game's render distance. Skipping Flat Zone, we're on to Brinstar, which has a surprisingly deep background. There isn't anything particularly interesting other than the brain, heart, whatever that is fully modeled. But that is it, Brinstar. The next stage is Brinstar Depths, and the most interesting thing about this stage is the fact that Kraid is fully modeled. Skipping on it, I probably pronounced that wrong, 1TT, we're on to Foreside. And the most interesting thing about the stage is again the skybox, and the fact that the UFOs spawn in above the skybox before dropping down to the stage. And we are on to Mute City, and the great thing about the stage is that the entire track is fully modeled. I put the camera backwards and let the stage play out, and not once did I see an area with missing textures. Big Blue is a very interesting stage. It does not have a whole lot loaded at the same time, but that is exactly what makes the stage so interesting. The way that it handles such an action-packed stage is pretty impressive. The pieces of the track only appear moments before they are supposed to be seen, and there are never more than 2 track pieces loaded at the same time. The skybox is also huge compared to other stages, and even though there is only 1 piece of background being repeated, it's constantly moving and not distracting at all. The next stage is Pokemon Stadium, and after a good look at the skybox, I also noticed that the stadium is not even in the center of the arena. Also, this is a thing that I always wanted to do. Next up is Pokefloats, and as usual with traveling stages, I want to know how the pieces come and go. Many of the models are simply reused from Pokemon that appear in game, but not all of them. 10 Pokemon were specifically made for this stage. Those are Squirtle, Onix, Psyduck, Slowpoke, Porygon, Wooper, Sudowoodo, Seal, Lickitung, and Geodude. Skipping Mushroom Kingdom 1 and 2, Battlefield has a very interesting way of showing background visuals, but that's nothing compared to Final Destination. Final Destination's startup background is completely circular, even behind where the camera is supposed to be. I say startup background because in Final Destination that changes a lot. The second background becomes a smaller yet similar tube. This tube gains more texture over time before rotating horizontally. At that point, it starts to speed up and slowly fade away. This continues for a moment, until with a white flash, we end up in the next area, which looks like Earth on both the top and the bottom, so I don't really know what to call it. Double Earth. I don't know. Then after another flash, we end up in a tube made out of a few texture layers. As you can see with this one, the texture stops as soon as it's out of the regular camera's view. Finally, after a little while, all textures disappear and the original background starts to fade in. And that is Final Destination. Anyway guys, that's gonna be it for this video, and just a reminder, as I said before, I have already recorded all of Brawl, and unlike Melee where I record my lines in the video editor, in Brawl that's all done during gameplay. So don't expect me to be too smart and knowledgeable, Brawl's more a let's play. The Subspace Emissary was very long. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!